Okay, guys. So in today's session, we are going to start basic settings. Basic settings means there are lots of settings, which is a mandatory setting which we have to done. These are the configurations itself, like fiscal year variant. So as I explained last time, like if you are going to record any transaction, then the first question is for which organization it is. If it is a group company, then for which group company? Then under that, for which subsidiary? In that also, like we have divided, we divided the business was divided into two, like manufacturing and business. So manufacturing and service. So for that, we have created business area. So for which business area? Now the next question is for which financial year? So those financial year also we have to define in the system. Then the next question will be for which period, like whether it is for January, for February, for March. So these are all things we are going to define. So here one by one, I'll explain this fiscal year variant, posting period variant, field status variant. So what is the use of these all things? Why are we going to set up? And in the same way, even we have to proceed during real implementation as well. So first of all, we'll talk about fiscal year variant. Now, guys, if you talk about fiscal year variant, then fiscal year variant decide that the financial year is calendar year or non-calendar year. Okay. So in fiscal year variant, why we are going to define fiscal year variant? So fiscal year variant decide that the financial year is a calendar year or non-calendar year. I'll explain you people here. See, if you talk about India, then what we are following, our financial year start from April to March. If you talk about foreign companies, their financial year start from Jan to December. Now there are few more other countries where their financial year, like if you talk about Middle East or any other companies, then their financial year may be July to June, like that. So here, Jan to December will be called as a calendar year. It is calendar year. Why? Because this is accepted throughout the world. Jan to December. Even though our companies, our all financial institutions follow non-calendar year. It means if you see in the banks, if you see in any other financial institutions, if you see in any company, they are going to follow this April to March while preparation of their balance sheet or other reports, other reports in the sense financial statement. So this is called non-calendar year. But if you talk about our new year, everywhere people are going to celebrate 1st Jan as a new year. So Jan to December is calendar year, which is universally accepted, and this is called non-calendar year. Okay. Now, so this calendar year, if you see here in our laptop, or if you see in any other electronic devices or anything, everywhere you'll be finding this Jan to December itself, but the companies are following April to March. So if you are having April to March, let's suppose here if our implementation is for April to March, then we have to, or whether it is Jan to December or April to March. So how system will come to know that whether we are following Jan to December or we are following April to March? So we have to define a financial year in the sense fiscal year variant. First of all, we have to define this, and then we need to assign to our company code, so that SAP will come to know that we are going to follow calendar year or non-calendar year. In non-calendar year, there could be anything. It could be July to June. It could be April to March. So if it is non-calendar year, then how SAP will come to know whether we are going to follow April to March or July to June or any other non-calendar year? So that is why we have to define this first, and then we need to link with our company code so that SAP will come to know, because this is a machine. It's not. It works on logics. So this we have to define. Apart from this, there are few more things which I'll explain. What is the use of those all things? So if you talk about calendar year or non-calendar year, whatever it is, now SAP has already given certain sample, whether it is calendar year or non-calendar year, because they are having a team of expert. And since I said like SAP is supporting almost all countries, so they knows like in which countries which what they are following, and for that they have already given certain sample fiscal year. So if you have to define your fiscal year, we are not going to define a new fiscal year. We are going to use the fiscal year which is already given by SAP, or else if you want to create a new one, then it is advisable by SAP that instead of creating a new one, you can copy the given fiscal year. So how to do this? I'll just log in and I'll show you guys. Now, so what we are going to do, we have to define our fiscal year variant. So if you have to define fiscal year variant, in order to define, we are having a transaction code OB29. We are going to follow a transaction code OB29. Here directly you can type OB29. Press enter. Now, then as I shown here, guys, see there are several fiscal year variants here. People have defined. Why? Because this is a practice server. So here so many people are making their experiment. Now, if you talk about standard has been given by SAP, like this K4 is there. This is standard. Whatever K series are there, this is standard. And apart from this, there are few more standard in that, like V3 is also standard. See here, this is. So for our country, what we are going to do? we are going to use either V3 or you have to define a new one. So instead of defining a new one, we'll see this V3 itself, or you can copy this also. If you want, you can copy this here and you can make it, let's suppose T3, and press enter and make it copy all. And here T3 in the sense like, see, you have to give two-digit code which is not used, because there are several codes are available. If somebody has given T3, if somebody has already used this T3, then system will throw error. Then you have to give a different code, T4, T5, T6, whichever is unused. Click on copy all and press enter. So we have copied and we have created our own. Okay. Now here few explanation I'll be giving you guys. If it is a calendar year, it means if it is calendar year, if it is Jan to December, then what we have to do? We have to apply a check mark here. Okay. You have to apply a check mark here. Then what will happen? Then system is going to follow this date. Whatever is there in your system, the same will be followed. The same will be copied. The same will be followed by SAP. Now, if it is non-calendar year, then we are not going to apply a check mark. Now, number of posting period will be 12 itself. What is this special posting period, guys? Let's suppose we have done, the year end is done. All the periods are closed. Now, what is called open and close posting period, that I'll explain later because we are having next topic. So let's suppose year ending is done and still auditor found certain discrepancies or some adjustment entries if we have to do, then we are going to post those adjustment entry in a special posting period. Okay. Now what is this? That is the matter of practical, and further detail, few more explanations will be there further later. Now we'll talk about the number of posting period. Of course, most likely it is going to be number of posting period going to be 12 itself. In certain cases, okay, in certain cases, what will happen? Sometime some organizations, due to which reason I can't explain because I haven't seen till now those examples, but some organization says that their month is going to be end on every last Friday. In the sense, last Friday, see, if you talk about November month, then Friday will be, the last Friday will be on 24th. So on 24th itself, their month end will be happening. So if their month end is going to happen like this, then the total number of month is going to be increased in a year. Instead of 12, it could be 14 or 15. So if that is the case, then what we have to do? Then of course that is non-calendar year and it will be year dependent. This is called, we'll have to apply a check mark here and then we can increase the number of posting period. It could be 15. Okay, it could be 15 here, and then we have to do for few more things, but we are not having this year dependence and all, so we are not going to apply check mark since we are following April to March and we are having only 12 posting periods, so we have given 12 here. Now select this and double click on periods. click on yes and press enter. Press enter once again. Press enter because system is saying that okay, now we have saved. Oh, it could not. So make it 12. Make it 12 and then save it once again. Press enter. Now it was saved. Okay. So now we have saved here. Now select this. Okay, how to select something? If you have to select, then see here left side, this blank is there na, this blank side. You need to click here. If you click here, then this entire line is going to be selected. Now select here and double click on periods. Now see here, what is this? So I'll explain one by one. Here we are having month like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Since we are having 12 month itself, whether it is Jan to December or April to March, in every cases 12 month is there. Now, till here, no problem at all. Everyone knows January will be of 31 days. February will be maximum 29 days. Okay. March will be 31. Again April 30. Likewise till December 31. Okay. Till here also there is no problem. Now, then what is this period? So I'll let you know, guys. Since we are following April to March, so our first period is April. See here, in front of April we have given first. In the sense, system will treat this fourth month as a first month for your organization. That is why here it has given one. April is the first month, May is the second month, June, July, August, September, October, like that. August and September. Till September it is 9. Okay. Sorry. September, October, November, December. Till December it is 9. And then we are having January. So January will be 10th period. February will be 11th period. And March will be 12th period. Because we need to make this system, this ERP, understand, and how system will come to know that fourth month is our first month. So here logic we have given that fourth month is the first period. And how will be the number of, what is the number of days? 30 days. So fourth month is this first period. Now there is one more problem here. Now let's suppose it is 2017. It is 2017. So generally we are saying 2017-18 like that in our India. Financial year 2017-18. Why we says 2017-18 generally? And if you talk about April to March, then April to December belongs to 2017, and January, February, March, that belongs to 2018. Now So financial year, though we have written 2017-18, but generally what will happen? It is the entire balance sheet which we publish, that is for one financial year itself. So let's suppose it is for 2017 itself, because till December, till December, till December it belongs to 2017, and even January, February, March also is the part of 2017 itself. But how system will come to know? Because Jan 2018, Jan 2000, February 2018, and March 2018. Those 3 months are following. It is falling in the next year. How system will consider that these 3 years also belongs to the previous year itself. So for that, here we have given year shift. Okay. There will be once I share you guys interview questions, so there will be further explanations once again. If somebody is asking what do you mean by year shift, then what you have to say. So year shift, generally it's year shift which is going to help SAP to identify that this January, February and March also belongs to the previous year 2017 itself, though it is there in 2018, but it belongs to 2017 itself generally. How then? See this April 2017, May 2017 till December 2017, system will not have any problem to understand that okay, these months belong to 2017. So in year shift it is 0 0 0, and here Jan 2018, how system is going to understand that this is from 2000, this belongs to 2017, or this has to be count as a part of 2017 itself. So here we have given year shift -1 -1 -1. Why -1? I'll give you a very simple logic, guys. Here, let's suppose Jan 2018, system is saying that you just deduct 1, 2018 minus 1, so it is 2017. So that's how system is going to count this Jan, Feb and March also belongs to previous year itself, 2017, 2017, 2017. Okay. It's little, it looks little bit strange, guys, so don't worry, because there are few things which you can understand right now. There are few things which will be able to understand further once we have the twice and thrice practice, then this will come to know. So this is the use of year shift, guys. Okay, and this is how we are going to define our fiscal year variant, so called financial year variant. Okay. So we have defined our fiscal year variant T3. We have defined our fiscal year variant, that is T3. Now, so this T3 we have defined, that you know that we have defined our fiscal year variant T3. SAP doesn't know. So how SAP will come to know that T3? Because like T3 we are having several fiscal year variant which has been defined by other people. So how SAP will come to know that this T3 we have defined for This T3 we have defined for our company code, that is TM10, in the sense your Tata Motor. So now what we have to do, we need to link this fiscal year variant with your company code. Okay, we have to link our fiscal year variant with our company code so that SAP will come to know that this T3 will be used by Tata Motor. So I have opened a new screen and used transaction code OB37. OB29 is to define, and OB37 is to assign this fiscal year variant with your company code. So use OB37, press enter, and here click on position and give your company code TM10, which is your company code. See here. So here you have to give T3 and then click on save button. Then click on save button. So guys, if you click on save, then system is going to throw a message like no postings are available without fiscal year variant. So this is a warning message. This is a warning message, guys. Why system is asking? Though we have assigned this fiscal year variant against our company code, but here somebody has also defined their company code and here fiscal year variant is missing. So system is saying that fiscal year variant creation and assignment is a mandatory setting. So do you want to assign anything? So we are not going to assign anything in front of this company code. Why? Because this is not belongs to us. So in order to skip, what we have to do, press enter. So now we have skipped the first one, but again system is asking for the second one. This is also created by somebody, but this is also not belongs to us. So we are going to skip this one also. Press enter once again. So whenever yellow color messages are coming at bottom, you can press enter to avoid that. Now press enter once again. So what we have done, we have created our fiscal year variant and then we saved it. Now guys, we are having few more settings which is very important. The next one is posting period variant. Okay, the next one is posting period variant. So now I'll explain about the posting period variant. What is the use of posting period variant, guys? So see here, posting period variant controls the posting of transaction of a specific period. Okay, posting period variant controls the posting of transactions of a specific period. Now guys, here the question is, why are we going to define this posting period variant? So that I'll explain. I'll explain now. Let's suppose earlier when people used to use the registers and say for example if they forgotten something like some of the invoices or some transaction which was supposed to be posted in the previous month, now that invoice was missed out somewhere or somebody might forgotten to record those things in the previous month. Now what is happening? After 20 days, after 15 days, they reminded, "Arey yaar, I missed posting of one invoices." So even though we are into current month, what will happen? They will just adjust that entry in the previous month register somewhere, they will record that transactions and they can escape very easily. The mistake will be not identified even by manager also. Now, so here what is happening? Say for example, we are into 11th month. We are in November month. Okay. Now, some of the entry belongs to, say for example, October month itself. It means 10th period. I'm talking about, or not, it's not 10th period. It will be which period? It will be 7th period. October will be 7th period, guys, right? Because we are following April to March. So April will be first month. Likewise, with the same logic, if you see October, then October is 7th period. So in October month, they were supposed to record the transaction, but they missed out. Now what will happen? Again, in the next month, people identified that okay, we have made a mistake, and then what they are going to do? They will adjust this entry in October month register itself. Easily they can adjust this entry. But the problem is, if they are going to post this entry, we have to deduct certain taxes also. Some TDS and other things we have to deduct. And as per, let's suppose, government rule, what is happening? Say for example, the government says that whatever taxes, whatever TDS you have deducted for October month, you have to deposit those TDS by 5th of next month. I'm just giving an example. So in October month, let's suppose we have deducted total TDS 100 rupees. This is a tax. Okay. And one entry which we missed out till November, let's suppose on November 7th, we understood that we forgotten to record one more invoices. So till now what happened? On November 5th itself, we have deposited this 100 rupees TDS to the government account. Okay. Now on 7th November, we realized that we have missed out one entry, and in October month register, what is happening? We are going to record that transaction. So once you record that transaction, what will happen? We have to deduct TDS also. So if you deducted 5 rupees TDS, so if you make total of October month TDS, it is going to be 105. But what is the reality? We have deposited only 100 rupees. So where is this 5 rupees? Why we could not deduct it? Why we could not deposit? So unfortunately, when the audit is happening, and if auditor has taken this month itself, like randomly they can take any transaction, they can do the audits or whatever the things are there. It's not like they're going to audit each and everything, but whatever it is. So if they check these transactions, if they tally these things, then they will come to know that something is wrong. Because in October month, the TDS deduction is 105, but total deposit is for that month total deposit TDS has been deposited only 100 rupees. So what about this 5 rupees surplus amount remaining? Why it is not deducted? Why it is not deposited? Then they'll come to know that somebody has done this adjustment entries. They have adjusted this later, which is why the TDS become more, and but the deposit amount is only 100 rupees. Why? Because once they check about November, then in November month total TDS will be more, but deposit amount will be total TDS will be less and deposit amount will be more. Maybe. Oh, forget about that. So this kind of discrepancies can happen. So here once the auditor find out these kind of discrepancies and all, of course this matter will be escalated. If it is small amount, okay, but if it is a big amount, or generally what is happening, if you talk in terms of taxes and all, then government is very strict. They will never tolerate such kind of things and all. So that is a kind of problem, you can say, if these things are happening. So in order to control these things, management says that we are not going to accept these kind of mistakes. Who has done this mistakes and all, they have to like inform immediately to the management, and we are going to take some steps, let's suppose. But still people, this is impossible to identify this mistake. Okay, this will be identified only during audit itself. So in our country, what is happening? People are not going to reveal their mistakes and all, because they know that if they reveal, then what will happen? There will be manager will come, they will say something, why you have done this, why you have done that, like that. So people will do this adjustment entries in the same way itself, and will think, okay, we'll see once auditor comes, because they are going to take some sample entries and all. So there is very less chances that they are going to take this entry. Okay. So sometimes people are able to escape very easily, and sometimes they will be caught also. If they are caught, then there will be a problem. Then a management will ask who has done this, why they have done this. Now anyway, so these all things are possible when they were maintaining the registers and all. Now if we are using SAP, then in SAP it is not possible. Okay. SAP says that guys, you do one thing. Whenever you post any entry, like let's suppose we are into October month or we are into November month. Say for example, we are into October month. So what SAP says that you define a posting period variant first and assign this posting period variant to your company code. So we have defined a posting period variant. Say for example, the posting period variant code also will be TM10 itself. And this we have linked with our company code. Okay. Now SAP says that you open, you just open the current period and remaining all whatever the future and past period is there, that you close it. So our current period, if it is October, then October means 6. Open October only. Now we have open only October here from 6 and 2 period also 6. 6 means guys October month. It means if somebody is posting the transaction, system will search, like somebody is posting a transaction in October month. System will search whether the October month is open or not. System found from 6 to 6. It means October month is open. Okay. See here already I have October means 10th month, but we are using non-calendar year. So what will be like, this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. October will be 7th period guys, sorry. Okay, October will be 7th period. Now, so we are using October month for posting. So what SAP says, that always open the current period. Whichever period is running, we have to open that period itself. So what is happening, everybody has posted certain transactions in October, and then once we enter in November month, what is happening? We are going to close this October and we are going to make it November. November will be 8th month, 8th period. Okay. November is going to be 8th period. Now, so on November 7th, let's suppose the end user has realized that he made a mistake, he or she made a mistake, and one entry, invoice which was supposed to be posted on October month itself, they forgotten to post, and now we have entered in November. So now what is happening? Still these guys are in the previous, because they have made lots of adjustment entries and they simply escape very easily. They escape. Management could not came to know. So they are in the same habit, but they've forgotten that now they have entered on SAP. They are using SAP. So once again, they'll try to post that transaction in the previous month. They will try to post the transaction into previous month. In the sense, they'll think, okay, let it post in previous month itself. So while posting a transaction, what they'll use, They are going to use the date like, let's suppose 10th October will be 10th itself, 2017. So here system is going to search like 10th month. 10th month means system will come to know 10th month means we are using T3 fiscal year variant. So in that system will come to know 10th month means 7th period. Now system will check here in posting period variant whether 7th period is open or not. Now system found that 7th period is already closed and it is only 8 to 8. It means November month is open. October month is closed for posting. So what will happen? This posting will not be allowed. System will throw an error. System will throw an error and this posting will not be allowed. End user will not be able to post the transaction. Now what will happen? Then that is the matter of concern. Now once if they are not able to post the transaction, then what will happen? Then they came to know, yeah, something went wrong. At any cost they must have to post this invoices. Why? Because after 1 month vendor will keep on calling that I have sent an invoice on so and so date and still I have not received payment. So the payment will be processed only if the invoice is posted. Okay, and the end user is forgotten to post that invoice in October month. Now we are in November month. So what will happen in November month? They are trying to post this invoice, but they must have to post in the month of October itself. So they are at the time of posting, they are going to give posting date as a previous month date itself. But in previous month date, what is happening? System is going to search the posting period also, and system found the previous month posting period, that is 07, is already closed, and it is 08 posting period. So system is not allowing him to post. Now what will happen? Now that fellow has to go to in front of a manager. He or she has to accept the mistake they have done. Then manager will scold, and then they will say that okay, you just go post this transaction in the previous period. I'm going to open the previous period. So what will happen? They have opened the previous period also, and the user will be posted that transaction, and then manager will say that you realize your mistake and you need to note down certain narration also while posting the transaction, that by mistake it has happened, something they will say, so that during audit also if auditor comes, they will come to know that okay, some by mistake it was not posted, but later on they have made this rectification entries or something, whatever it is. Now so here, so this is the use of posting period variant, guys. That is why system is saying that posting period variant controls the posting of transaction for a specific period. It is going to control your entire transaction posting for a specific period. Okay, here it means it is going to control, let's suppose by mistake, instead of 10th, if you have given 11th, then what will happen? System will not allow. Why? Because we have opened only 10th period. If the 10th period is only open, then posting in the previous period and posting in the future period. By mistake, if you have given previous period also, if you have given the future period also, that is not going to be allowed. And this is how we can have a control on these kind of mistakes. So this is the major use of posting period variant, guys. How to define posting period variant? We are having transaction code. The transaction code is OBBO, by which we have to define posting period variant. So first of all, I'll just show you guys how to define posting period variant. Now, so here we are going to define our posting period variant. Transaction code is OBBO. Press enter. Click on position. and give your company code. Sorry, which one we have given? OBBP. No, OBBO we have to give. So here slash N O B B O. Press enter and then click on new entry. And here variant code also we are going to give TM10 itself, so that it will be easy for you guys to remind later. And here you can give certain description: Tata Motor, posting period variant PPV. Save this, press enter. So this variant we have defined. Now the next step is, we have defined this posting period variant, but how system will come to know that this posting period variant we have defined for our company code Tata Motor? So we need to link this, in the sense we have to assign this posting period variant with your company code. So use transaction code slash N OBBP. Transaction code is OBBP to assign your posting period variant with your company code. Press enter here and click on position and give your company code TM10 and press enter. So this is our company code TM10. In front of that, whatever variant you have created, that you need to link. So give here TM10 itself, because we have created our variant also TM10. Select this and save it. So we have created a posting period variant and we have linked with our company code. Now what is happening, guys? The next step is we need to open and close the posting period. What is this open and close posting period? The transaction code is OB52 slash N OB52. Now here what we have to do, generally in real time we are going to follow so many things, but as of now, right now, since you guys are new, so I'll just tell you us very simple things. I'm not going to explain too much, but still, just copy this 0001 right now. You just copy 0001. So select this 0001. How to select? You need, if you click here, it is going to be selected. Okay, select this and click on copy. And then what is our variant which we have created, posting period variant, that is TM10, guys. Our variant is TM10. So assign this TM10 here. Here you need to write TM10. And don't change other things, this plus or from account to account. Those leave as it is. Now here system is showing from period 1, year, and 2 period. So here just make it, which is the current period right now, it is November. So November means which period, guys? 6th period or 7th period? It's 8th period, right? Yeah, it is 8th period. And 2017, again here give 8 itself, and 2017, delete remaining. Okay, and press enter. So now what we have done, we have opened November period. Okay, and then save it. So guys, November is 11th period only if we are following calendar year. As I said, we are following non-calendar year. It means April to March. So if April is your first period, it means November will be your 8th period. You count from April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, like that. So November will be your 8th period. So in a simplest way, I have to make you guys understand there are lots of logic. Here also certain logic is there, which I have explained already somewhere. I'll explaining once again. Okay, so don't worry about these all things. What is the use of from period 2? In my interview question, I have recorded, and there I have explained the logic. Now guys, there is one more thing. Here at last we are having one authorization group. What is the use of authorization group? So I'll explain this logic here. Now let's suppose we have opened this period for November. It means 8th period we have opened. This is for November against your posting period variant TM10. And this variant we have linked with our company code. So whenever you post any transaction against your company code, system is going to check for which period, for which month we have posted this transaction. System found it is for November month. Then system will check for which company code it is being posted. System found this company code is TM10. So against TM10, which posting period has been linked? That is TM10 itself. Then system will found now against this posting period variant, which month is open? Which period is open? Period 8. Period 8 is nothing but November. So if the posting is happening for November month, system is going to allow very easily. But if the posting is happening for October month, if the posting is happening for October month, that is 7th, then what will happen? System is not going to allow this. System is not going to allow this posting. Why? Because we have opened which month? We have opened November month. But posting is happening for October month. Now, what will happen here? So, now let's suppose we are having a person, we are having three people. We are having three people, A, B, and C. This all three has made mistake. It means they have forgotten one transaction they have missed out of October month, and we are in November month. Okay, so they have forgotten to post a previous month's transaction. Now they are trying to post in November, but in November we are in November month, but they are trying to post the transaction in October month. So what will happen? System is going to search whether October month period, that is 07, is open or not. So here no 7, it is 8 month. It means November month is open. So all threes are getting errors. So now what will happen? Here Mr. A is very honest, and he approached to the manager, and he said that, so I have made a mistake, kindly open period number 7, so that, in the sense October period, so that I can post my transaction. So what will happen? Manager is going to post this period 7. So once the manager open this period 7, then what will happen? A is going to post his transaction in the previous month. At the same time, B and C also can post this transaction in the previous month itself. So here B and C become very clever. Why? Because only A has approached to the manager, and manager scolded him a lot. He listened all those things, whatever the scoldings were there, and remaining these two people are going to enjoy, and they will post transaction free of cost in the previous month, and they become very clever. But here what is happening? Manager is also very clever. Manager knows that there are few more people who have made the mistake, and those fellows are not coming in front of me. Only this A has come. So now what will happen? Manager is not going to open period here. Here it will be 8 to 8 itself. It means here it is November month only. What will happen? Manager is going to create a authorization group. Let's suppose XYZ. It will be not created by manager. It will be created by technical consultant. How to create, we are not going to in that details, but I have to explain a scenario. First of all, you just try to understand. So manager is going to create an authorization group that, with the help of technical consultant, basis will create generally. An authorization group XYZ will be created. Okay. And against this XYZ, manager is going to link this user ID, the A, Mr. A user ID. If his user ID is let's suppose if his user ID is A101, then he is going to link this user ID against XYZ, against this authorization group, and see what manager is going to do. Now here manager is going to assign this authorization group here, see, authorization group XYZ, okay, against X. Here manager has given XYZ, and here now what manager is going to do, here manager is going to open period number 7, year 2017, to period number 7, year 2017. This is how manager has opened the previous period. Now see here the benefit. So once the A is going to open the period, once A is going to post the transaction for 10th month, it means for 7th period, then system will search, okay, whether 7th period is open or not. System found that from period 1, it is 8th period is open. But again, system found that from period 2, here 7th period is open. But system is having one exception also. System found that, okay, this 7th period is open against this authorization group, XYZ authorization group. So system is going to check against this authorization group how many user IDs are linked, which user ID is linked against this authorization group. So system found only one user ID which belongs to this fellow. His user ID is only linked. It means A101 user ID is linked, which belongs to this A, Mr. A. So A will be able to post the transaction in the previous month very easily. Why? Because his user ID is linked against this authorization group, and since against this authorization group the period is already open, so A will be allowed to post. But whenever B and C is going to post the same transaction, if the B and C is trying to post the same transaction code, let's suppose their user ID is B101 and his user ID is C101, then system is going to find for these people whether 7th period is already open, but it is open against this authorization group. The system is going to find whether this user ID and this user ID is linked against this authorization group or not. But system found that their user ID is not linked. It means 7th period, though 7th period is open, but this is open for only one user, only this user, not for remaining 2 or not for any others. Then what will happen? These people are going to face error. These people will not be allowed to post a transaction for 7th period. And then what will happen? Once again, these people also will have to approach to manager one by one, and they also have to accept their mistake. Then manager will scold these people also, and then they are going to open the previous period. And then how it is going to be open? Then manager is going to link their user ID also, like B101, C101. Their user ID also will be linked here against this authorization group, and then these people also will be allowed to post a transaction. So what does it mean? It means they cannot skip or they cannot skip. Okay, and so here what is the benefit? Now next time onwards they will be more and more careful while posting a transaction, because they know that already they have committed a mistake and they have already promised to the management that next time onwards I am not going to repeat the same kind of mistake. And this is how I'll tell you guys, then the people will be more careful, and this is how the mistake is going to be reduced, which was like earlier 10% people use in 10% of the cases people used to make the mistake. Now it is going to be reduced by 1%. Okay, so still it's a kind of control, right? So this functionality is also there in SAP. Generally here some technical consultant also will come into picture, but right now why I explain this scenario, because nowadays some people will ask during interview that, let's suppose I have to open previous period, but I want to open this previous period for a particular person or for a group of people, 5 or 6 group of people. Is it possible? Then you have to say yes, it is possible. And how it is possible? Then we'll have to create authorization group, and against that authorization group, what will happen? Whichever users are required, like if you want to give allow for only 4 people to post this transaction, then all 4 user ID we are going to link against that authorization group, and this is how these people will be allowed to post a transaction for previous period. It means only those 4 people will be allowed to post a transaction in the previous period. Remaining people will not be allowed to post a transaction for previous period. Or else if you want to open a previous period for everybody, then here itself you just make 7 instead of 8. We have made 7. So 7th period is also open and 8th period is also open. So this is the major use, guys, and that's all in this session, because it's already going to be 9 o'clock. So that's all in this session, guys. The question is, do we have to change the posting period variant every month manually? Posting period variant is not need to be changed, guys. You have to change the posting period every month. This is called month end activity. Every month somebody is going to change the period. That will be like if we entered in December month, then our period will be 9 to 9. Okay, so this is how this activity need to be performed every month. We have to close the previous period and we have to open the current period. The next question is, can an end user process invoice in future month? It's not possible. See, let's suppose here we are in November month. So we have opened, that is why we are going to open only current period so that the posting will not be allowed in the previous period also, and posting will not be allowed in the future period also. By mistake, instead of October, let's suppose if you have given, instead of November, if you have given December, like 01/0/12/2017. Okay, by mistake if you have given instead of 11, if you have given 12th month, system will search like 12th equals to 9th period. So system will search whether 9th period is open or not. System found only November, it means 8th period is only open. So system will throw error. Then user will realize, oh, they are going to make this posting by mistake in 12th month. It means in December. So they will rectify their mistake. So posting will not be allowed to post in the previous month also, and it will not be allowed to post in future month also. This much control is there in SAP. This is why it is very popular. Any other question, guys, from anybody? Yes, of course. See, now if you are going to give here 4 to 12 means what? You can give 1 to 12 also. It means it is going to allow for whole year, isn't it? If you change here, like if you make it 2018, then it is going to allow for 2 years. It's up to you, because system will follow these all things based on the logic itself. Okay, so if you have open period for 12th month, then you can post for any month, isn't it? It's up to you. All the control is there in your hand itself. Okay, as I said, like SAP is not linked with our mind. It based on it's running on the logic. So we have to decide which one is right or which one is wrong. Okay, so of course management will have this access. They will open the period only current period itself. They will open, remaining they will close. Okay. Okay, guys. So if no question, we'll close this session here itself. See you guys tomorrow. I'll share this video. Apart from this, I'll share you soft copy also. So you just watch this video once and do the practice based on soft copy itself, which is going to be very much easy for you guys. It will take hardly 5 minutes only to configure these all things. But since I have given explanations, lots of things are there. So you need to watch once, and then based on soft copy, you can do the practice. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a good day.